Hello, my name is Misbah and I'm one of the Montessori teachers at Little Land. Today I'm going to talk about mathematics in a Montessori classroom. Many of us feel very uncomfortable when talking about mathematics. It often seems a very cold and inhuman subject. It was also the toughest and hardest subject for me until I did my Montessori teaching practice in 2008. Where I could actually see, feel, carry, and experience the relationship of maths. And also parents, as we see, teach their children by rote learning. And it's very common for a 3-year-old child to say his numbers from 1 to 10 without actually being able to identify a group of 2, 3, and 4 objects. But at Little Land, math is mathematics in a Montessori classroom enables the child to experience it through senses. Maria Montessori used shape, weight, dimensions, and amounts to prepare the child's mind for an abstract world of mathematics. Okay, I have taken out a few of these mathematic materials from the shelf, but this is not the actual layout. Actually, the materials are beautifully displayed on the shelves. And the child is, when the child enters the classroom, he or she is free to choose an activity from the shelf, choose a place to sit on the chair, works with the material, and he can repeat the work as many times as he wants to, or he can sit and work as long as he or she wants to. And when he's done, he's finished with his work, he gets up, push the chair in, and put the material back on the shelf. This is called cycle of work in Montessori language. So I have taken out these few materials. Let's start with the number rods. This is special material is called number rods. So the main and direct aim of this piece of material is to count up to 10 using fixed quantities. And actually even before that, the child needs to sequence the rods in a serial order. Like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. And the secondly, we introduce the child the quantitative relationship between numbers. For example, 2 is greater than 1 and 3 is greater than 2. And once the child has understood the concept of the number rods, he can go on to the extension, which is once he has done this, we can take these symbols and he can match the symbols with a fixed quantity. So 1 goes with 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3, and so on and so forth. Right, so the next beautiful piece of material I'm going to show you is this one. This special material is called sandpaper numbers. So this material is a bit sandy and rough. As the child traces over, it's a bit rough and he can feel the shape of the numbers. So the main objective is to teach, reinforce, recognize the written symbols from 1 to 10. And secondly, to prepare the child's hand for writing the numerals. So for example, we start from the top. 0, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. So the next material that I have taken out to show you, this is called spindle box. This, see, these are called spindles, and these are the fixed numbers written on the box. Right, so these are the spindles, which are the loose quantities. So the main and direct aim of this is to associate the loose quantities, which are the spindles, with the fixed symbols. And secondly, to reinforce the concept of 0 and introduce the symbol of 0. So we ask the child, what number do you see? And when he says 0, and we tell him and we teach him that 0 means nothing. So we do not put any spindle into this box. And we go on to the next number. So he says, so we ask, what is the next number? He says 1. So we take 1. What's the next number? 2. 1, 2. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. And so on and so forth. Right, at Little Land, well, many of you can ask a question, or this question pops in up. So many parents ask this question: that why and how do you teach mathematics to very young children? So the answer could be like, at Little Land, we introduce math to very young children for many reasons. And one of the basic reasons is because these young children are in the sensitive period for order. And the study of math helps to satisfy the needs and interests that go along with this developmental stage. So they begin with a concrete material and gradually progress to abstract concepts. So the next beautiful piece of material is called cards and counters. I have laid out a little bit for you so you can see how it looks. So this is my favorite piece of material. So the main objective of the cards and counter is to reinforce counting. Secondly, associate the correct number of objects. These are the objects with the relevant numbers. And enable the child to sequence the numbers in order. And the most important thing, the concept in this piece of material is introduce the concept of odd and even. So very simply, the child can say that the number which has a pair is even and the number which does not have a pair is odd. Isn't that interesting? Well, right, the Montessori curriculum or Montessori math philosophy is varied, never boring and challenging, but never forced upon the children. They love these materials. It's colorful, fun to work with, intricate and beautiful. At Little Land, math is fun and has little to do with memorizing formulas without understanding the logic behind them. It's a terrific, positive and effective method to introduce math to our very young children. Thank you.